Bill Cosby is a comedian, actor, accused rapist, and sweater aficionado who, in retrospect, has always been a little creepy. I'm an 80s kid, and in the 80s, Bill Cosby was the king of primetime TV. His role as Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable on his hit TV sitcom The Cosby Show had a lot of people calling him America's dad. He was on our TV screens day and night. When he wasn't on NBC as a loving husband and father, he was on commercials endorsing Coca Cola and Jello pudding pops.
This is fat-free Jello instant pudding. The box says it's fat-free, but let's see what my taste buds have to say. The box says fat-free, but my taste buds say it's too good to be fat-free. And I believe my taste buds. I've known them longer. Fat-free Jello pudding. Dessert is back, and it's fat-free.
He loved pudding, all right. Pudding his where it didn't belong. But seriously, in retrospect, was it not odd that of all of the professions in the world that he could have chosen to pretend to be, he picked the one that involves looking in between women's legs, an OB/GYN, a profession that requires contact with the private parts of sedated women. That, in and of itself, is not necessarily creepy, but when it's put together with jokes, commentary, and writing from his past, the allegations that so many women had against him seem a little less surprising. Let's get into it. But first, if you like these videos about the most scandalous celebrities from yesteryear who make Ty's hot mess history a time capsule for the culture, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can know every time that I upload one of these videos or every time that I live stream. And comment "I subscribed" in the comment section so that I can say hello to you. Now, on to why you are here. When Bill Cosby finally went to prison in 2018 after one set of sexual misconduct allegations from one woman stuck, people were surprised. Not necessarily at the charges, but at the fact that he was actually found guilty. Allegations of that nature had been around about Bill Cosby for years before 2018, and each allegation and new charge seemed to chip away at his once nearly perfect image. But maybe America should have seen issues with their favorite dad as far back as the 1960s. Then, there's this bit from a 1971 PBS special called Bill Cosby on Prejudice.
We need to get rid of women too. I mean, if they want to prove something to me, let one of them knock me out. They can't do it. They know they're not as strong as we are. What is it that they want? So they need to take them. Them that don't want to have babies, them that feel embarrassed because man wants to take them out, and say them that says that they're not pieces of flesh. No, they're not pieces of flesh. But if I want to take one out, I'm gonna take her out. I buy the dinner. She didn't pay for it. I expect something in return.
Now, in his defense, I guess you could say he is portraying a bigot who doesn't really have anything nice to say about any group of people. But here's what he said about girls in his book called Love and Marriage, which was written from his own point of view, not some creepy weirdo bigot character. Quote, "If a girl wandered onto a football field where I was playing, I might make knocking her down part of my fly pattern. For a girl is only an honorary human being. And if my roller skating assumed a certain grand sweep, a girl or two might hit the cement. Not an unfitting position for such a lesser part of humanity." End quote. Now, I've already talked about his profession on The Cosby Show, but do you remember his special barbecue sauce? Then there was his Spanish Fly interview with Larry King from 1991 that later came back to bite him in the butt.
Spanish Fly was the thing that all boys
from age 11 on up to death, we will still be searching for Spanish fly.
That's right.
And what was the old story was, if you took a little drop, no, it was on the head of a pin.
That's right.
And
Drop
you put
it
it
in
in
a
the drink.
Coca Cola. Don't matter.
It doesn't make it, and the girl would drink it, and
she's yours.
Hello, America.
Then there was this really weird moment in 1996 during a White House conference on children's television.
You better believe that person will be there because they want to give back. I'm through.
Okay. Good job. Okay. All right, so we just need to replicate all that, right? and find incentives for those writers.
Yes, they're quite easy. I'll send them my list. and it's juicy. It's as juicy as sex.
What a weird time to bring up sex. And finally, let's circle back to his book. Now, this book was published in 1989 when he was the reigning king of comedy. He wrote about what he called pressing, literally pressing himself against girls at dances, and what great fun that was for him. It was the party life, but he didn't know if he wanted to have fun pressing for the rest of his life or to settle down and get married. Quote, "My problem was, however, that I was intellectually drawn to Ruth as a candidate for being my wife. Would she understand if I brought along Millie too? I had stumbled upon one of life's ancient dilemmas. Did I want a home and a family, or 50 years of good pressing? As I danced with Millie and thought about Ruth, I was sweating the way I did when I played basketball. But sex was harder than basketball because I didn't know the rules for staying out of foul trouble." End quote. And it seems that he never learned those rules. As for his dilemma, home and a family or 50 years of good pressing, it seems like he chose both. Bill Cosby seems like he was the guy who lusted for girls from the other side of the room and never thought that he had a chance. And even when he got to the point when his talent put him in a position to have access to the women he wanted, he still had the same mindset that he had to use tricks. Dirty tricks to get what he wanted. I think that the word that we use for that now is incel, maybe? Oh well. Bill Cosby always has been questionable. Which one of these clips is the creepiest one to you? Well, Bill Cosby wasn't alone in being a creepy 70s comedian. His contemporary, Richard Pryor, was a strange character too. And he did a really strange thing in front of one of the Pointer Sisters and a Dallas Cowboys player in the late 1970s. I published a video about that story that you can see here. I will also leave a link to it in the description box. My sources for this story are Reason.com, Comedy History 101, The New York Times, and Love and Marriage by Bill Cosby. This video has been brought to you by me. Well, my Patreon is a sponsor for this video. If you like these dirty scandals on my channel, then you'll love my Patreon, Ty's Too Hot Hot Mess History. It has all of the stuff that I can't talk about or show here because it's just too hot, too violent, too sexual, too graphic, too much. Come and join us there for the hot mess history. The link is in the description box. Are you a content creator, influencer, or blogger who feels like your platform could use an extra boost? Are you thinking about becoming a content creator but you don't know where to start and you want to be sure that you dot all of your I's and cross all of your T's? If so, Lailah Lynn can likely show you exactly what you need to get on your way. Her fun new class is called The Business of Blogging with Lailah Lynn, and in it, she is sharing the fundamental principles of blogging in 2022. Because let's face it, social media is a moving target, and what worked well 5 years ago is likely not what works well today. And with Lailah Lynn, you're getting the information from someone who is successful at putting the principles to practice on her own social media platforms, and she literally has the credentials to back it all up, as she holds degrees in social media marketing. Lailah Lynn is a multiple six-figure earner whose first social media marketing course helped this channel go from earning $30 a month to earning 5 figures a month. I'm ready to dig in my heels and learn even more so that I can earn even more. Are you with me? If so, hit my link at the top of the description box and join her class to access this amazing, affordable advice from a woman who knows her business, the business of blogging. If you have a business, product, service, YouTube channel, or social media account that you would like to promote on my channel, email me at tiwan@tisaidwhattisaid.com to get rates for advertising on my community tab, my live streams, and or my edited videos, just like this one. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Ty Said What Ty Said channel. Please leave a thumbs up and comment so that we can get a discussion going. And share this video on all of your social media, especially your Facebook. That really helps me out a lot. And subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can know when my next video is ready for you. And if you don't like what I'm saying but you love it, feel free to hit that thanks button just below your video screen there and send me some
donations.
Yeah, baby. See you on the next video.